Everybody. I'm your host, Ice0517. I got MP Roofer in the chat with me. We're going to be broadcasting tonight's Dash and Xfinity races, correct? Are you on at that, or are
Yep,
you?
no, I'm gonna be helping you do. I moved up to Cup, which I actually was in Cup last season and moved down to. I decided to move back up in the Cup and help out in Xfinity. So
All right.
I'll
Well,
be
that's
helping you do both races. Yep.
all right. That's good to know. Now, so yeah, we're not exactly sure what's going on right now. We believe we're getting ready to get started. I haven't really heard a whole lot of
I know everybody was really excited, and a lot of people hadn't ran Gateway, even on NASCAR Heat 3, maybe like once or twice, and I've seen a lot of people were struggling pretty bad with the Xfinity cars there. Yeah, it's a
Yeah, I think it'll
real.
be. Go ahead.
It's a weird track. It's like turn 1 and 2 is almost like Martinsville. It's a paperclip, and then you get turn 3 and 4. It's kind of like a flat Darlington, I guess you would, or kind of like ISM is. It's just real flat. It's a tough track, so that's why I tried it out with Cup cars one day, and I could not hold a good line. It's a real finesse track.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to run it, but yeah, it definitely reminds me, just running on Heat 3, it reminds me a lot of it's just a bigger version of Martinsville. You got to be really
Right.
careful. You got to be really
Right.
smart
Yeah.
with the moves that you make. There's not a lot of room for error, and it's gonna be a wild run tonight. We got about 20 cars just running in the dash to try to get into the race, and then we got a lot more. Uh, well, we should have a lot more going tonight in the actual Xfinity
Yep.
races. Starting with
Yep.
Daytona, we'll be running Daytona again, and then Worldwide Technology or Gateway afterwards.
Right. Yeah, Larson just sent me an invite. I'm gonna wait a second to take it, just in case. But do you need me to send you one,
I
or have you
believe
received
so.
one?
I don't think I got one. Yeah, I haven't got one yet.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch. Like you said, it's on one end, it's like Martinsville in turns 1 and 2, and then you get to turns 3 and 4, and it's a little more wide open. Let's see, Ice, get him in here. There we go. And going to be watching to see if anybody like roughs their way into the dash, because you could really easy dive it into turn 1 and take 3 or 4 cars out, would you, by dive bombing here? So I'm hoping that don't happen.
Yeah, we're running. Do you know the length of the race? I haven't seen anything in any of our
23 laps is
23
what I've
laps.
seen. Yeah.
All right, so I mean that's going to be fun to watch. No cautions, so it's definitely going to have to be. You're trying to
Yeah.
stay out of trouble early because you know there's going to be
Right.
somebody who tries to get a little bit more out of it than they really can, and
Right, that's what I was worried about. I was trying to tell her, if you start at the back, don't just dive it into turn 1 and take the leaders out, because there's no caution. So I'm just trying to, the guy. I know everybody wants to dash into these races, but I just want them to do it the clean way, not. So I told him I'd be watching out for that red A. I kind of like that red A right there. Look, someone did a good job on a custom. Looked just like Dale Jr.'s old car.
the red 8 that would be Kay Larson. He drives the 8 car.
Yeah, Larson. Yeah.
Rebel Joker's actually in the lead right now. Behind him happens to be Checkmate Taylor. So
I know
Taylor,
Checkmate was doing a lot of practice today, so that don't surprise me.
yeah, I thought about jumping into
guys
this, but as I said earlier, I wasn't even sure I was going to be home. I was planning on going to Chapel Hill tonight, but had a lot of other stuff going on. So we're here commentating the race, and I think it's going to be a wild night. This is going to be fun to watch, especially these cars here, because tire wear isn't going to be a factor. This track is it's a rough track to try to drive and save tires. It's just so flat, and you never know what you're going to do here.
Yeah, that's what I was telling everybody. I said, you make sure, you test your pit setups, your pit adjustments out to make sure you don't burn your tires off in 5 laps, because I don't think fuel will be the issue. Tires will be the issue tonight. So much fall off.
And Bulk, who is driving the 58. Give me just a sec.
Ooh, there's the NR orange car. It's got. Is that IMV Tryhard? Is that the 39? Is that who's out front?
And out front is, I don't know. I don't think there's anybody in front of Bulk. Bulk is out front.
Okay, Bulk's out front. Okay, that's where our leader is.
And Bulk is coming. Not sure what he just did there. He looked like he got loose going into 3. And
there he is.
Rebel Joker's right back out front.
Yeah, he was pulling some nice laps. I seen him on the leaderboard. I think he was doing like 33 threes earlier, which is really good for here. I've seen. It's all about consistency, especially if you're on a wheel at this track. You just got to hit the same braking points, and it's just all really about consistency. These tracks like this.
Yeah, I like to think of them as a what do you want to say, like a precision type.
Exactly.
Not precision, like technical. You just got to be really technical with your moves. It's more,
right.
You know, I heard a lot of that about like tracks like the Roval and the road courses. You know, they're technical tracks. You have to be very careful and precise with everything that you do. And Gateway's another one just like that.
Yep. Most definitely. I was seeing people in the Facebook NASCAR Heat 4 community, you know, they were asking why is my back end coming out from me, you know, at the Roval and this, and I tried to explain to them. I said, there's only 2 spots on that track you can really go full throttle. I mean, you just have to be really, if you give it too much gas, the back end of your car is going to come out, so you just have to just be really easy on the gas. You said it takes a lot of skill and precision, I guess, more than speed. Ooh, is the back in the field, the 8 car just got hit by the Goodwrench 3 car, it looked like, but that's around 6th, 7th position.
6th, 7th. The 3, I believe, is Little Man.
Oh, and it's a 21, right? Actually.
21?
Yeah, Little Man's in a 3. The 21, he has a good, it's a black and gray paint scheme right behind the 8, and I thought it was a 3, but it's actually a 21, but it looks like a Dale Senior paint scheme.
Alright, I got you. And there's a wreck on the front stretch.
Uh-oh.
That's a big wreck, too. I'm not sure what just happened. But that was wild.
Yeah, and I see the 58's back on pit road. Ooh, as the 9 just got hard into the wall. The 7, the 42.
You're on, it looks like the back stretch. Yeah, the 50's involved. Brian. Broom was involved. Tryhard might have been involved.
Now, I know the 45 of NRG, I've raced with him quite a bit. He's really good at customs and default as well. He was one of the guys that I was going to be looking out for tonight. Because he's, like I said, he's a really good driver. I see 3 cars in front of him, so I'm thinking he's in 4th at the moment.
Yeah, Rebel Joker.
But if anybody,
looks as though he's still out front. Yeah, he's still out front by a pretty good margin.
Yeah, he's got a good, nice. Yeah.
Behind him, I don't know who's behind him, to be honest.
That is, let me see, let's look at that car. Rebel Joker, and then that orange. Trying to get it. I'm thinking that's Checkmate Taylor. Maybe the orange 20, but no, here comes NRG trying to get that 2nd spot of Nanobread with the 8 of Kay Larson right on his tail. So you know it's starting to get down to go time. It's probably about 10, 12 laps to go. And Rebel Joker's got a really good lead right now, so they're fighting for 2nd. And there's actually 2 orange cars, so the other car is actually still in 2nd. It was a 3rd place orange car that was got to the contact. Right now, that 30 of Rebel Joker and whoever that is in 2nd right there have got a pretty nice little lead. If they just take it easy, I think they can make it and make it in the dash.
That's a huge part of this track, too. You see a lot of guys, they want to race each other, but you really got to, you hear it a lot, you got to race the track. You got to make sure that you're not beating yourself out on the track. That's the key, like, to everything that you do when you're in a race car. And you'll just see that a lot. You'll see a lot of guys try to get maybe more than they need and more than they really can out of their cars, instead of just running it like they would any other time when they're out there by themselves in practice sessions. And it really hurts in the long run.
Yeah, I always try to tell people, I mean, try to pretend it's a real race car, and if you're on a tight budget, and if you really wreck that car, you may never race again. And that's how I try to race, you know, especially if damage is on. It's just, in my mind, it just keeps me, you know, I'm thinking if I damage this car, I won't be able to run again next week. So it's just a good thing. I've earned a lot of people's respect in the league because driving, oh, you see the 30 got down there in the apron, that orange, I believe that's a 35. It's caught up to him. He's right on his bumper now. Yeah, it's a 35.
In second place, is that who you're talking about?
Yep, yep.
And
He's caught up
the
to
35. Is that Golf Nut by chance?
that is Golf Nut.
Yeah. So that's Golf Nut. He just
Nanobred
took the lead
NRG is coming
around
Yep.
Rebel Joker.
Hopefully Rebel didn't burn his tires off too soon, and some of these guys in the back may have been saving a little bit, you know. As you see, the 8 of Larson just got underneath NRG for third. So
Yeah,
30
Larson.
right now, he's in the transfer spot, and Larson wants it. See, that's what I like about this game. There's guys that can go out there in the first 10 laps and just really, they can go really, really fast, but they just burn their tires right off, and then, you know, lap 20 to 30, if you have a good conservative setup in, you can catch those guys just by being really conservative. Not wearing up your stuff.
Looks like second and third are both kind of catching up to Golf Nut going into one there.
That's right. It wouldn't surprise me if Larson ends up getting around these guys, because it seems like that maybe they had just ran it so hard they may have burnt their tires up, and Larson may have been saving. And NRG, he was one of the top 50 guys in esports last year. He changed his name. Some people might know him as T-Nigs on the mic. It was his name, but he changed his name. He's a really fast guy as well.
You ever see Kay Larson right up on the back of the 30 there? And that's going to be a really huge battle just to get in that transfer spot.
That transfer spot, right. The 30 just needs to calm down. I've seen him get real low on that apron a couple times and get down there in the grass, and that's kind of messed him up. And I know it gets nerve-wracking when you got a guy right behind you like that, but you just got to keep your composure and race the track. Don't race the guy behind you, you know.
So I guess a question for you would be, where do you like to run here? Because as I said earlier, I haven't ran here at all, I don't think, since I got this game. So where have you practiced here? Where do you run in these cars? Run high, low?
I practice here. About the time I go across the start-finish line, I go ahead and start letting off the gas, because you have to brake so hard coming into turn one. So turn one, like as soon as you cross this finish line, you want to start letting out and tapping the brake a little. Now turn 3 and 4 is a little more open. You can get a little more speed at it, but the bottom's where you want to be unless you're going to make a pass. As you see, the 8 got around the 30 and the 45 as well. So that could be showing y'all an early sign of tire wear tonight. He went from first, dominating. Ooh, even clipped the wall a little there, back to third. As you see, Larson just hit the apron a little. The 30 kind of rebounded there, though. He got back around.
Looks like he's coming back around the 8 there for a second.
Yeah, right. Might be catching a little draft off of him. I know it's only a 1-mile track, but I'm assuming you do get some draft.
And they both go really high, and that might open the door for the 45 coming off of 2.
Yep. He's too good. Nanobred is too good. You can't give him that bottom like that, because he'll take it, and he'll get in these Xfinity races. Ooh, I seen a little tiny glitch, but nothing happened, thank goodness. Yeah, I think we're going to battle for the transfer position is going to be between the 45 and Larson there, is the way it's looking. I mean, the 30 hasn't faded out of the picture yet, but I'm just kind of thinking his tires are just quite not there as he keeps hitting.
We're going to go back and take a look at, yeah, he went up into the wall there going into 1.
Right. He's over driving the car now.
But yeah, I'm back on Kay Larson and Nanobred and and Rebel Joker watching this battle for second, because this is where it's really at. We got Golf Nut out front. He's pretty much kind of walked away with it, as it looks like right now. He's
Yeah, and you know,
about
I've
a
never.
second ahead.
This is like one of the few times that I seen Golf Nut race the other night when we were calling, you know, and this guy has impressed me. In the first two dashes he's ran in, I mean, he ain't made it in yet, but he did the other night, and it's hard at 20-something people, only 2 transfer spots. He made it in. If he does it again tonight, I mean, this guy is going to be really, really impressed me. A
Yeah, and
new
there
guy
was
to the
NRG
league.
up to second.
Yep. I knew he would be there. If you ever scroll through the dailies, you'll see his name quite a bit. Like I said, if it wasn't for the name issue last year, he possibly would have been one of the esports drivers. They made him switch names halfway through the esports, and all the stats were on his other account, and so he didn't never get picked into the top 14. But he was really close. He had the speed. Right now, let's see. NRG is doing a great job of saving this. Ooh, is the 30 and the 8 are back there kind
Yeah,
of
K.
beating on
Larson
each
got
other.
in the wall there, coming off a 4.
Yeah. It's really easy to do here. Not hard, it's really easy.
And that might have been the end of the race.
I think that was the end, guys.
Yeah, NRG is going to
think
finish second. Golf Nut first. They're both going to transfer on to the mains tonight. With Daytona will be starting up. And what time do we have a time for that?
I believe. Let's see, what time is it right now? It's 7 o'clock. I would probably say 7:15. It'll probably give
7:15 or
everybody
so.
enough time. Yep. We'll probably be back on air around 7:10, and they'll probably start around 7:15 is what I would think.
All right, sounds good. So, yeah, guys,
So
we'll
yeah,
see
that's
y'all.
our Golf Nut WV and Nanobread NRG. They both made the big show tonight. We're going to be starting off at Daytona. Default setups, pit adjustments, but the second race, Gateway, same thing. It's default as well. Cup's the custom second race, so didn't want to confuse anybody. But yeah, we'll be back on live in about 10-15 minutes, and everyone get to watch a good show. It's going to be some good racing.
Yes, it is, guys. So with that, we'll see y'all, like I said, in about 15-20 minutes.